Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so now it's time for our class. Last time we talked about IS curve, how IS curve come from, how it's connected to the Keynesian-Claus model. Okay, and we talk about the role of the government. The government can use fiscal policy to shift the IS curve, right? And last time I give you the homework, right? Okay, 3 homework. Okay, and I just give you the link. Last time I didn't give you the link to submit the homework. I just give you the link in the Facebook group. So I put it here again. Okay, this is the link to submit your homework. Okay, you have to write down at least 3 pages. Okay, put it in one PDF file and submit it in this link before the midnight of the next Tuesday night. Okay, so how about today? Last time we talked about IS curve. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about LM curve. Okay, LM curve, and of course LM curve. The word LM. Okay, the word LM is actually L is come from liquidity. Okay, liquidity, and M is come from money. Okay, money is like a water. Okay, money is like a water. That's why we use the word liquidity, because the money can flow from one place to the other place. Okay, it's moved like a water. Okay, that's why we use the word liquidity. Okay, so in order to know how LM curve comes from, first we need to introduce, okay, money market. Okay, money market. Okay, when you see the word market, okay, when you see the word market, it means that you're going to have demand and supply, right? You're going to have a demand and supply. Demand is about, you want to buy something. Okay, supply is about you can producing something, right? Okay, so okay, when we have the word market, you're going to have demand and supply. You're going to have one who wants to take it and one who can produce it. Okay, and when you see money, okay, you can think about money like a product. Okay, you can think about money like any product. Okay, when you have the money market, you can treat money like a product. So you're gonna have price. What is the price of the money? Okay, and you're gonna have the one who can produce the money. You're gonna have producer, and you're gonna have the one who want to take this product. You're gonna take this money. Okay, you want to we can call it as a holder. Okay, the one who want to hold the money in their hands. Okay, so when we talk about money market, okay, you're gonna have two sides in the market. First, I'm gonna use MD. MD is stand for money demands. Okay, money demands. This is about, everyone in the economy. Okay, everyone in the economy, because everyone want to hold the money in their hands, right? Okay, everyone want money, right? Okay, so everyone in the economy is gonna be the demand side of the money. Okay, on the other hand, we're gonna have NS. NS is gonna be money supply. When we talk about supply, it means that it's gonna be the story about to producing something, right? Money is the same. Okay, money, we're gonna have someone who can produce money. Okay, so in this case, money supply is gonna be the role of the CB. CB is come from central bank. Okay, central bank. So central bank of every country gonna take care of how to produce the money, how to creating the money. Okay, so the one who can creating the money is gonna be on the supply side of the money market. Okay, so when we going more into the detail, okay, first, okay, about money demand, MD. Okay, money demand can be high or low, can be up or down, depend on two main factors. I put the bracket small r and y. Okay, this is two main factors that can affect the money demands of the whole country. Okay, first one, small r. Small r in this small r, you learned it before. Small r is stand for real interest rate. Okay, small r stand for real interest rate. And why? We learned it before, right? Y have many meaning. Y stand for GDP. However, GDP have three main meaning. Okay, it can be total output, it can be total income, and it can be total spending. In this case, Y is gonna stand for total income. Okay, total income. So we're gonna focus one by one, starting with small r, the real interest rate. Okay, when the real interest rate is high, okay, when the real interest rate is high, what does it mean? It means that if you save the money in a bank, you're gonna get more returns in the future, right? So when the real interest rate is high, nobody wants to hold the money in their hands. They just want to save the money in the bank. So the money demand is gonna going down. On the opposite way, if the real interest rate is going down, nobody want to save the money in the bank. They just want to hold it in their hands, right? Maybe they can do some business. They can make the money to be increasing with some way in some way. Okay, so when the real interest rate is low, they're gonna want to hold more money in their hands. Okay, so you can see that from here. Okay, the real interest rate and the money demand, they're gonna have the negative relationship. Okay, they're gonna have a negative relationship. When the real estate is high, money demand is low. When the real estate is low, the money demand is high. Okay? Can you close the microphone? You know, your friends all hear your noise. Okay, next one. Okay, next one. We're gonna talk about Y. Okay, Y in this case it stands for total income. Okay, when Y going up, what does it mean? Y is a GDP, right? If Y going up, it means that the economy of the country is really good. Okay, the whole country we can produce more, right? And people in our country they earn more money. Okay, they earn more money. When Y increases, it means that everyone have more money in their hands, right? Everyone have more money. Everyone have more income. Okay, let's say like that. Okay, everyone have more income. When you have more income, you want to hold more money in your hands. Money demand is gonna going up. On the opposite way, when economy is bad, when Y going down, economy is bad, the whole country we can produce less. Okay, they're gonna lay off a lot of labor. Many people gonna lose their job. So of course, the income of the people is gonna going down. When income of the people going down, they're gonna hold less money in their hands. Money demand is gonna going down in the same way. So you see that in this case, Y and money demands gonna have the positive relationship. They're all going up together, they're all going down together, right? So in conclusion, we can say that, okay, for the money demands, they're gonna have two factors that affects it. It's gonna be R and Y, okay? R, small r, the real interest rate, they're gonna have a negative relationship with the money demands. And for Y, as a total income, they're gonna have the positive relationship with the money demands, okay? So this is what we have, okay, for the money demands. We're gonna going down, okay, we're gonna talk about money supply, MS, okay, money supply. So, okay, money demand is about the story about how people want to hold the money in their hands, okay. Money supply, on the other hand, is gonna be about the total supply of the money in the economy, okay. We're gonna have M, okay, a big M like this, stand for nominal money supply. Okay, M stand for nominal money supply. Okay, nominal money supply is going to be the story about how much money we have in the economy. Okay, it's going to be in the unit of, for example, in Thailand, it's going to be a unit of Thai baht. Okay, we have, for example, we have like a 20,000 million Thai baht in the economy, or something like that. Okay, this is a number of the Thai baht in the economy, and the number of Thai baht in the economy controlled by central bank, CB, right? Central bank, and Central Bank of Thailand we call BOT, Bank of Thailand. Okay, so the nominal money supply is going to be the unit of currency. Okay, the unit of currency. In the case of Thailand, it's going to be the unit of baht. Okay, how much of Thai baht we have in the economy. After you know M, next one, we're going to have M over P. If you put the nominal money supply and divide by P as a price level, okay, you're going to get what we call the real money supply. Okay, you're going to get the real money supply. and real money supply, how it's work, how it's different from the nominal money supply. Let's see some example. Okay, M over P. For example, in Thailand economy, we may have 2,000 millions baht. Okay, in Thailand, we have, this is just example, we have 2,000 millions baht in the economy. And the price level, for example, if I pick up one product in the economy, like the cup of the coffee, okay, normally the price of the coffee in Thailand is like 50 baht per cups. So what does it mean? 2,000 millions baht divided by 50 baht per cups. So it means that the total money supply in Thailand, we can buy, we can buy 40 million cups, okay, of coffee, okay. For the total Thai baht in the economy, we can buy 40 million cups of the coffee. So for the real money supply, it's gonna be a unit of product, okay. It's gonna be in the unit of product. In this case, it's gonna be the cup of coffee. Okay, so far so good. So it means that the real money supply is showing, okay, the real money supply is showing what we call purchasing power. Okay, purchasing power. Okay, again, M is a nominal money supply. This is in the unit of currency. In Thailand, for example, we have 2,000 millions baht. But we don't know 2,000 millions baht, the value of 2,000 millions baht is high or low. We don't know. In order to know the purchasing power, how many of the product we can buy, we need to divide by P. So M divided by P, okay, you're gonna get the real money supply. The real money supply is like the real value of the money. Okay, so it's mean purchasing power. For example, in this case, for total number of Thai baht, we can buy 40 million cups of the coffee. Okay, this is what we call real money supply. Okay, so far so good. Any questions? Okay, next one. After you know the idea, you know all the concept. Next one, we're gonna drawing the graph. Okay, starting with the graph of money demands MD. Okay, let me drawing the graph on the left, and I'm gonna draw the other graph on the right. Okay, like this. Okay, for the money market on the horizontal is gonna be the real money supply, M over P. On the vertical is gonna be R, the real interest rate. Okay, the real interest rate is actually just like the price of the money. Okay, the money demand curve is always going down. It can be a linear curve. It can be a curve. Okay, up to you. Doesn't matter as long as they have a positive. As long as they have a negative slope. Okay, it's always have a negative slope going down to the right. Okay, and I write down the name. This is money demand curve MD, which is depend on R and Y. Okay, in order to show how money demand curve come from, we're gonna focus on R. Okay, the real interest rate. For example, if I point down point A and point B, point A, what does it mean? Point A is mean that if the real interest rate is high, everyone want to save the money in the bank. They're gonna hold less money in their hand. Okay, the real money supply that they want to hold in their hand is gonna be low, M over P1. Moving along the curve from point A to point B, okay, if the real interest rate become lower from R1 to R2, what does it mean? When the real interest rate is low, okay, people want to hold more money in their hand. They don't want to save the money in the bank anymore. So the number of money, the real money that they want to hold in their hand is going to be increasing from M over P1 to M over P2. Okay. This is how the money demand curve come from. Okay. The moving along the curve from point A to point B, just showing the relationship between the real interest rate and the real money supply that they want to hold in their hands. Okay. Going to the right, okay, going to the right, same thing. The vertical axis is going to be real interest rate, okay, and horizontal axis is going to be M over P as real money supply, okay. So for example, I have the money demand curve like this. Okay, this is MD, R, and Y1. This time we're gonna focus on Y. Okay, we're gonna focus on Y. The starting point is here, point A. We want to keep the money in our hand at M over P1. The real interest rate is R1. Okay. In this case, we're gonna fix the value of R. Okay, we're gonna fix the value of R. The real interest rate is gonna be the same. Okay. However, we're gonna focus on Y. Okay, on Y, total income. If total income change, how it's gonna affect the money demand curve. Okay. So starting with the green color, I change into the green color. If GDP increasing, people have more income, Y2 greater than Y1. When people have more income, what does it mean? They want to hold more money in their hands. Money demand curve gonna shift to the right. Okay, money demand curve, wait. Money demand curve is gonna shift to the right like this. This is MDR and Y2. Okay, moving the real interest rate is the same, so it's going to be the moving from point A to point B. They want to hold more money in their hands from M over P1 to M over P2. Okay, so what this mean here is if Y increasing, money demand curve gonna shift to the right. Okay, on the opposite way, if Y decreasing, people have less income. Let's say Y3 is less than Y1. Okay, when people have less money, they're gonna hold less money in their hands. Okay, money demand curve gonna shift to the left. Okay, since real interest rate is the same, it's gonna be the moving from point A to point C. They want to hold less money in their hand from M over P1 going to the left to M over P2. Okay, like that. Okay, so the curve that shift to the left is going to be MD. Okay, oh, wait, MD, R, and Y3. Okay, so you can see that changing of Y can shift, okay, can shift the money demand curve. Changing of Y can shift the money demand curve. Okay, that's it. This is how money demand curve come from and how to shift the money demand curve. Okay. Next one, we're gonna talk about the other curve, MS as the money supply. Okay, MS as the money supply. However, as I told you before, in the theory, we're gonna focus on real money supply. So that's why I'm gonna write down as M over P and S. Okay, we're gonna focus on real money supply, focus on the purchasing power of the money. Okay. In the same way, we're gonna write down two graphs. Okay, one graph on the left and the other graph on the right. Okay, on the left first. Okay, on the horizontal axis is gonna be M over P. On the vertical axis is gonna be R as the real interest rate. Okay, for the real money supply curve, they always have a vertical line, okay, vertical line like this, M over PS. The real money supply is going to be M over P1, okay, like this. The reason that they have the vertical line like this, because, for example, if I write down point A and point B, point A is a situation that the real interest rate is high. Point B is a situation that when the real interest rate is low. Okay. Okay. The moving along the curve, even though you're going up to point A or going down to point B, even though the real interest rate is high or the real interest rate is low, what does it mean? What does it mean that the real money supply will be the same? Okay. Even though the real interest rate is high or real interest rate is low, the real money supply always the same. Okay. If P is not changing, if the price level is not changing, and M also not changing, and don't be forget that M can be controlled by central bank. Okay, central bank can control M. Okay, as long as M is the same, price level is the same, even though real interest rate going up or going down, the real money supply always be the same. That's why they have the vertical line like this. Okay. Next one, moving to the right, okay. On the horizontal is M over P. On the vertical is gonna be small r. This is M1 over PS, M1 over P, okay. Here we're gonna talk about central bank monetary policy. Okay, central bank monetary policy. Central bank can control M. Okay, central bank can control M by using what we call monetary policy. Okay, so if central bank can control money, can control M by using monetary policy. Where is M in the model? M is here. Okay, M is here. So if central bank print more money, okay, if central bank print more money, for example, M2 is greater than M1, okay. If the central bank print more money, the money supply curve gonna shift to the right. This is like M2 over PS, okay. The money supply in the economy, real money supply in the economy increasing from M1 over P, moving to the right, M2 over P. This is when central bank print more money, create more money, okay, in the economy. On the other hand, the central bank can reduce the number of money in the economy. For example, M3 is less than M1. Okay, if they reduce the number of money in the economy, the real money supply curve will shift to the left. This is M3 over PS. The real money supply in the economy will be reducing, going to the left. Okay, like this. So it means that central bank, okay, can use monetary policy to shift the real money supply curve to the left, to the right as they want by creating more money or destroy money. Okay, they can do that. Okay, when they control the number of money in the economy, we call monetary policy. And then after we learn about money demand curve, after we learn about money supply curve, we put it together, it's become, okay, it's gonna become money market. Okay, it's gonna become money market. Okay, so we're gonna have the graph like this. On the vertical is gonna be R for the real interest rate. On the horizontal is gonna be M over P for the real money supply. I put down the real money supply curve, M over PS, and money demand curve. This comes from R and Y. Okay, we have the equilibrium point here, equilibrium point 1. The real money supply in the economy, M over P star. The real interest rate, okay, the real interest rate in the economy comes from the equilibrium point here. Okay, I write out as R star. Okay, that's it. This is how the real money supply in the economy come from, how the real interest rate in the economy come from. They are all come from the equilibrium point in the money market. Okay, the equilibrium point is going to be the point that money demand equal to money supply. Okay, simple like that. So far so good. Okay, next one. Okay, after you learn about money market, okay, next one, let me drawing the graph first. This is M over P, this is R. I have the money supply, let's say M1 over PS, M1 over P, okay. I have money demand MD as a function of R and Y, equilibrium point 1. This is a real interest rate R1, okay. So here in this page, we're gonna talk about the role of the central bank. As I told you before, central bank can use monetary policy, right? Okay, central bank can use monetary policy to control the number of money in the economy. They can control M, okay? They can control M, okay? So when economy is bad, okay, when economy is bad, okay, we call, let's say we call, if the economy have a recession or we have a crisis, okay, when economy is bad, we have economic recession or economic crisis, okay. What central bank gonna do? Normally they're gonna use they're gonna do what we call QE. QE is come from quantitative, okay, quantitative easing, okay, quantitative easing. On the other hand, it means they're gonna print more money, they're gonna create more money, okay, and inject more money into the economy. Okay, let's say they're gonna increase M, okay. If they're increasing M, okay, how it's gonna affect the money market? Okay, of course, let's say M2 is greater than M1, the real money supply curve will shift to the right. This is M2 over PS. Okay, the real money supply in the economy increasing, going to the right. As a consequence, the equilibrium point moving down to the right from E1 to E2, and as a consequence, the real interest rate drop down, going down from R1 to R2. When the real interest rate going down, is that good? When the real interest rate going down, is good for the economy, right? Because you know the real interest rate is a cost of borrowing. Okay, when the real interest rate going down for the business sector, they're gonna, you know, the cost of borrowing is low, they're gonna borrow more money to invest. Okay, they're gonna borrow more money to invest. Okay. And for the people, for the household sector, when the real estate going down, they're gonna easily borrow more money to buy more product. Okay, like you buy an iPhone with 0% interest, right? Buy today, pay later, something like that. Okay. When the business sector invests more, when the household sector they spend more, the whole economy gonna be recover. Okay, this is what they want. On the other hand, if economy is growing too fast, okay, growing too fast, let's say we have economic booms, okay, economics boom, okay, or we have inflation, people spending too much, everything in the economy become more expensive. Okay, we have economic boom and inflation, the price, everything become more expensive, the price really high. The central bank can slow the economy down by using what we call QT. QT is come from quantitative, okay, quantitative tightening. This is the opposite way of QE, quantitative easing. Quantitative tightening is mean they're gonna reduce the number of money in the economy, destroy the money, let's say. When they're reducing M, let's say M3 is less than M1, the real money supply curve will shift to the left, M3 over PS, okay, M3 over P, okay, going to the left, equilibrium point gonna move up to the left from E1 to E3, and as a consequence, the real interest rate going up. When the real interest rate going up, the cost of borrowing is high, right? Right? When the real estate going up, the cost of borrowing is high. So what does it mean? People are going to slow down their investment. People are going to slow down their consumption, slow down their spending. Okay, the economy is going to be slowed down. Everything is going to be cheaper. It can solve inflation problem. This is how it's work. So far so good. Okay, next one. After we learn about money market, okay, next one is I gonna showing you, okay, how money market, okay, how money market link to what we want, okay, link to LM curve, okay, how money market link to LM curve. So I'm gonna drawing two graphs together, okay, one on the left and the other one on the right. Okay, one on the left is the money market. Okay, on the horizontal is gonna be M over P. On the vertical is gonna be small r. Okay, I have real money supply M over PS. I have money demand curve. Let me write down a little bit low. R and Y1. Equilibrium point 1. The real interest rate R1. Okay. For the LM curve, they're gonna have the same vertical axis and horizontal axis as IS curve that we learned before last time. Okay, on the horizontal is gonna be Y, on the vertical is gonna be R. We can write down two graphs together side by side, one on the left and one on the right, because they have the same vertical axis, R and R. They have the same name of the vertical axis. That's why we have to write down side by side. Okay. In order to derive how LM curve come from, we want to see the relationship. Okay, we want to see the relationship between Y and R. Okay, Y and R. Where is Y in money market? Y is stay inside money demand curve, Y1. You will see that if Y equal to Y1, we're gonna have equilibrium point 1, we're gonna have real interest rate R1. I'm gonna link from the graph on the left to the right, R1 and R1. Let's say, for example, Y1 is here. I link Y1 and R1 together. I got point A. This is the starting point, okay, point A. Point A showing the relationship between Y1 and R1. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assume that if the value of Y is changing, if the value of Y is changing, how it's gonna affect R, okay? Let's do it. If, for example, if Y increasing from Y1 to Y2, what does it mean? If Y increasing from Y1 to Y2, it means GDP of the country increasing. When GDP increasing, what does it mean? It means that the whole country, we can produce more. Total output increasing. When we can produce more, we're gonna earn more money, right? Income of the people increasing, right? When Y increasing, it means that people have more money, people have more income. When people have more income, they're gonna want to hold more money in their hands. Money demand curve gonna shift to the right. Okay, money demand curve gonna shift to the right. This is MDR and Y2. You see that from Y1 to Y2, Y increasing, people have more income, money demand increasing, going to the right. Equilibrium point in the money market change, going up from E1 to E2. As a consequence, the real interest rate going up from R1 to R2. Link to the right, R2, the real interest rate increasing from R1 to R2 because of GDP increasing from Y1 to Y2, okay? I connect R2 and Y2 together, I got point B easily. And then I can just drawing the line to connect point A and point B together, I got LM curve. Are you okay? I got LM curve. And LM curve always have a positive slope because it's always going up to the right. Okay. And if you're focusing on point A and point B on LM curve, what does it mean? Point A come from equilibrium point E1 in the money market. Point B come from equilibrium E2 in the money market, right? So what does it mean is every point in the LM curve represent equilibrium in money market. So going back to what we learned last time. Last time we learned IS curve. Okay. Wait. Okay, last time we learned IS curve. Okay. Every point on IS curve represent. Okay, every point on IS curve represent equilibrium in output market. Okay, and output market showing by using Keynesian-Claus model, right? Today we learn about LM curve, and you just learned that every point on LM curve come from, okay, or we can write down as a represent, okay, equilibrium in money market. So far so good. Okay, every point on IS curve represent equilibrium in output market. Every point on LM curve represent equilibrium in money market. Okay, this is how it's work. Okay, compare it to each other. Next thing, okay, next thing that we're gonna do is how about the case of shift the LM curve? Okay, here we learn about how LM curve come from, how LM curve have a positive slope. Okay, next thing is how to shift the LM curve. Okay, so first I'm gonna drawing two graph again, one on the left and one on the right. Okay, on the left is money market, of course. Okay, like this is MD R of Y1, let's say. Okay, and then we have money supply M1 over PS equilibrium point 1. Okay, this is M1 over P R1. Okay. Link it to the right R1. Okay, I have LM curve like this. This is LM1, point A, Y1. Okay, this is Y1, this is Y1. Okay, we're gonna fix the value of Y1 here. In this case, the starting point is point A on LM1 curve. Okay, so to consider how to shift the LM curve, we're gonna talk about the role of central bank. Okay, the monetary policy. Okay, the monetary policy. Central bank can use monetary policy to control M. Okay, central bank can control M1, M1. Okay, so let's see. If central bank increasing the number of money, okay, from M1 to M2, like this. Okay, let's say M2 is greater than M1. Okay, equilibrium point gonna move from E1 to E2. The real money supply in the economy increasing, okay, from M1 to M2. As a consequence, the real interest rate going down from R1 to R2. Link it to the left. Link it to the right. The real interest rate decreasing from R1 to R2. However, Y is the same. So it's like the moving from point A to point B. So it's like LM curve shift down in this case. Okay, you see it? It's like LM curve shift down. So every time when central bank increasing nominal money supply, increasing M, okay, real money supply shift to the right, and in the same time, LM curve gonna shift down. On the opposite way, if the central bank reduce the number of money, let's say M3 over P, okay, M3 is less than M1, equilibrium point gonna going up to the left from E1 to E3. The real money supply in the economy decreasing, going to the left. As the consequence, the real interest rate going up. When the real interest rate going up, link it to the right. Okay, R1 increasing to R3. Okay, R1 increasing to R3. So what does this mean? Y is fixed. So it's like it's the changing is like it's going up. LM1 increasing to LM3, moving from point A to point C. Okay, moving from point A to point C. This is how central bank changing the number of money in the economy, changing M, how it affect LM curve. LM curve can be shift up or shift down. Okay, this is when you fix the level of Y. But on the other hand, if you look at the graph on the right horizontally, okay, when the graph shift down, if you look horizontally, it's like it shift to the right. You see that? Okay, if the graph shift up to the red, if you look horizontally, it's like it shift to the left. Okay, if the graph shift up from A to C, if you look horizontally, it's like the LM curve gonna shift to the left. Okay, so we can make the conclusion. Okay, we can make the conclusion that, okay, let me divide it like this. Okay, we learned it before for the IS curve. Okay, we learned IS curve last time. Today we learn, wait. Today we learn LM curve. Okay, last time we learned IS curve. Today we learn LM curve. Wait a minute. I don't know what happened. Give me 1 minute. The internet is bad or something. No internet connection. What? Wait. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Why? Why it's not work? Okay, I'm back. Okay, should be good right now. Okay, so last time we learned about IS curve, right? And today we learn about LM curve. Okay, for the IS curve, okay, the government can use what we call fiscal policy, right? Okay, however, today we have central bank, CB, central bank can use monetary policy. Okay, this is different. Okay, IS curve, they have the fiscal policy of the government. On the other hand, LM curve, they're gonna have the fiscal policy of the central bank. Okay. For IS curve, if the government using deficit fiscal policy, if they spending more or tax less until the revenue is less than their spending, okay, if they're doing that, they're gonna have the effect on IS curve. IS curve gonna shift to the right. Okay, right. On the other hand, if the central bank using surplus of the fiscal policy, decreasing their spending and tax more until revenue is greater than their spending, in this case, they're gonna have the effect on IS curve. IS curve gonna shift to the left. This is what you learned last time. And today you learn about LM curve and the role of the central bank. For the central bank, monetary policy, if the central bank increasing the number of money, okay, LM curve gonna shift to the right. If the central bank reducing the number of money in the economy, LM curve gonna shift to the left. So this is okay what you learned today compared to what you learned last time. Okay, this is a difference. Okay, so far so good. So in the ends, okay, in the ends, you learn about IS curve, you learn about LM curve. So in the end, we can put everything together. So finally, you're gonna get ISLM model. Okay, finally, you're gonna get ISLM model. So I'm gonna write down 3 graphs together. One on the top, one below, and one on the left. Like this. One on top is gonna be Keynesian clause that represent output market. One below on the left is gonna be money market. Okay, and one below on the right is gonna be IS and LM. IS and LM on the horizontal is gonna be Y, on the vertical is gonna be R as a real interest rate. You're gonna have IS curve. IS curve always have a negative slope. You're gonna have LM curve. LM curve always have a positive slope. Okay, intersect to each other. You got equilibrium point 1. You got Y star. You got R star, and then you can connect it to Keynesian clause. Y star come from the point that, okay, you're gonna have 45-degree curve, TE equal to Y, and then Y star is gonna come from equilibrium point in the Keynesian clause market, in the Keynesian clause model. Here, TE equal to C plus I plus G, E1. So you can see that, okay, from here, the equilibrium point is a point that IS curve, the equilibrium point is the point that IS curve intersect with LM curve. Okay, so the equilibrium point come from equilibrium point in Keynesian clause model. Okay, on the other hand, you have LM curve, and LM curve come from equilibrium point in the money market. R star, okay, come from here, M over PS and equilibrium 1, MD, R and Y1. This is M over P. Okay, here, this is how it's come from. So everything is connected together. Okay, so the point that IS curve intersect with LM curve is gonna be the ultimate equilibrium point because it's represent equilibrium in output market and represent equilibrium in money market in the same times. In the same time, that's why it's very important. Okay, so this chapter we're gonna stop here. Okay, we have IS curve model. Oh no, we have IS and LM model. We're gonna stop here, and we're gonna learn more into the detail in final exam in the next 2 chapters. Okay, so we're gonna stop here. Before you go, I'm gonna give you homework 9. This is the last homework for the midterm exam. Okay, watch this YouTube. Okay, it is a story about how does rising interest rate control inflation. Okay, watch it and write down 1 to 2 pages in PDF. Submit it here. Okay, submit it here. This homework 9 before midnight of the next Friday night. Okay, next Friday night is July 29. Before midnight of the next Friday night. Okay, submit it here. And we don't have class anymore. Okay, we don't have class anymore. You're gonna have free times, a lot of free time, 3 more weeks before the midterm exam. Okay, don't be forget that midterm exam is gonna be cover chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, this is gonna be in your midterm exam. The exam is come directly from my lecture. So make sure that you can drawing the graph, explaining the graph, know how the graph shift to the right or shift to the left, shift up or shift down. Okay, you can explain it. You can do some basic mathematics. You can do some equation. Okay, everything is come from my lecture. Okay, if you understand all my lecture, know how to use the graph in my lecture, you're gonna be fine. Okay. Oh, wait, this is in Thai. Let me delete this one. Don't be forget that the exam is here, Wednesday, August 17. Don't be forget that this is gonna be on-site exam. You need to wear the student uniform, come to the econ building. You have 3 hours to do it. You cannot use calculator, okay? You cannot use calculator. So you need to bring your pen, your pencil by yourself. Only international student who cannot come to Thailand, okay, will have the online exam, okay? That's it. This is a writing exam. Make sure that you can do all the graph, all the calculation, and you can explain this really well. If you have any question, okay, feel free to contact me on the Facebook. Okay, we can make the appointment. You can come to the econ department and asking whatever you want if you have the question on my lecture. Okay, that's it. Any question? So everything is done today. We don't have class anymore. Okay, the first half of the semester is gonna stop here. Okay, we're gonna see each other again on midterm exam day, and after midterm exam day we're gonna have the class for the final exam. Okay, any question? Okay, so far so good. Bye bye everyone, take care.
Bye bye.